Thank you. I also want to add, I'm an undergraduate student here. I'm a third-year political science student. So as a student, I want President Lori to do something about this pandemic, do something about the rise, the Omicron surge we're experiencing. And I have a statement from my mom, State Representative Attica Scott. She says, I'm the mom of a U of L student. My daughter deserves better. Yes. To try to pursue her education in fear. Her campus should be a place that prioritizes the health and safety of everyone. Yes. I stand with the United Campus Workers as they call on President Gonzalez to take COVID-19 and the Omicron variant seriously. As the former coordinator of Kentucky Jobs Addresses, what I know is that people join a union to build their collective power and voice. That's right. UCW is using its collective power and voice to demand the right to learn and work remotely as well as get hazard pay. President Gonzalez needs to step up now and be the campus leader that the University of Louisville and our larger community have come to expect from this premier institution of higher learning. And that's all from Representative Scott. I just want to say as a student that President Gonzalez should think about the students at Speed School, the students at Ford Hall, the workers in the staff, the janitorial staff, and everyone who has put their lives and body on the line.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And speaking of the staff, we have many staff members here who are very afraid for their jobs. They are living in fear of retribution if they speak up. And we just want to talk about the situation that they are being put in, where they have even less flexibility than faculty do. And it is a grievous and a terrible situation. Thank you to Representative Scott and to Ashanti Scott for reading that statement. We would love to see more statements released by local politicians and representatives, people on the city council, other nonprofit groups within the region to stand by workers here in Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to go ahead and line up for delivering the petition. So we're going to follow Katie. Pete, who's got the blue hat on and the blue hoodie, is going to give you guys a list of signatures if you want them to deliver to the Board of Trustees. So if you're given a list of signatures, you're going to be handing them to the Board of Trustees. Line up behind him up there and Katie. Sorry, guys.
You're going to follow her, then you're going to drop them off at the Board of Trustees.
Shanti, we need to have megaphone use instructions. Right. You were the only one I could hear.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
want to go ahead and move back so we can have Okay, that's good. I'm going to start the meeting, please. 2 minutes.
Oh, that's great. So. It's not large. Okay, good afternoon. It's a regular meeting of the University Board of Trustees. I will now call the roll. Mary Nixon, I'm here. Jerry Abramson. Here. Larry Benz. Here. Scott Brinkman. Here. Raymond Burse. Here. Al Cornish. Diane Medley. Donna O'Corey. Present. Diane Porter. Here. Jim Rogers. Here. David Schultz. Here. John Smith. Cheryl Zimmerman. Having determined quorum present, I call this meeting to order. As chair, it is my responsibility to remind all members of the board of their responsibility to avoid conflicts of interest and appearances of conflict of interest. Each member has received the agenda and related information for this meeting. If anyone knows of any conflict or appearance of a conflict with respect to any matter coming before us today, please identify the conflict or appearance of conflict at this time. Hearing none, I'd like to begin our agenda by welcoming our newest member, Dr. Larry Benz. Larry, wave to the crowd. Who was appointed by Governor Beshear last Friday. Larry is CEO of Confluent Health. You may have seen him highlighted in Business First recently as one of our most admired CEOs. He's been a long-time advocate for the university. He has served on the board of trustees before and as chair, been on the foundation board, and has been a long member of the EULA organization. So I'm very excited to have Larry join us. Thank you. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to serve. It's an honor to be even more associated with a great university, and look forward to working with all of you. And it's great to see some familiar faces and lots of things that have changed and some things that haven't changed. Pleased to be here.
Great. Thanks, Larry. And I think is John Chilton.
He is not on.
He is not on. Well, I had wanted to take a few minutes to thank John Chilton for his service. His term expired at the beginning of the year,
but we will possibly try to do that at the March meeting. He's traveling today, so maybe he was planning to join remotely, but he must not be able to. So, I think we may have missed a step in our practice for speaking before Board of Trustees, but I'm going to go ahead and allow someone, if somebody could identify themselves as who is going to represent United Campus workers at this meeting and allow you 5 minutes to speak to the board. Yeah, if you would introduce yourself and what your position is here at the university, and then you've got 5 minutes to help us understand what you're here for.
My name is Nathan Kemp. I'm a graduate student at the University of Louisville Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. This is my first year as a PhD student. I've been here for my bachelor's and master's as well. We are here as members of the United Campus Workers of Kentucky and larger U of L community to demand that the administration value our safety during the Omicron and future surges. We need a universal option for remote work, and we need hazard pay for employees who cannot be given that option. Over 1,700 members of the campus community have signed our petition. Many have shared their stories with us, whether they are resident advisors trying to protect themselves and their halls, students who are sitting in packed classrooms, or staff and faculty who would like to move online because they have done so successfully before. We've all received one clear message from the university: risk your health or risk your career. At the most recent Faculty Senate meeting, President Gonzalez said that our classrooms are some of the safest places to be. While many like to emphasize that the virus is mild and our university has a 91% vaccination rate, it is widely known that these statistics are misleading. Furthermore, we know that even a supposedly mild infection in a fully vaccinated individual can lead to permanent damage to the heart, lungs, and brain, with studies showing that what's referred to as long-haul COVID symptoms in 50% of those infected are regardless of the severity of illness. Meanwhile, despite severe breakthrough cases being reported as low, Louisville lacks medical capacity, with only 6% of ICU beds still being available.
My name is Sunny.
I'm sorry, we're going to have one speaker, please.
The policies being pursued by upper administration are exacerbating longstanding inequalities at the University of Louisville. As a recent statement by the College of Arts and Sciences Committee on Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion points out, people of color are more likely to suffer health complications and death from a COVID infection. Furthermore, women, disabled folks, and people of color are more likely to be responsible for caretaking duties during the pandemic. Tending to sick and high-risk family members and managing increasing parenting challenges caused by the closure of school and daycare centers. It is imperative that our university leadership seek out equitable solutions to these widespread challenges in our community. We submitted our petition to President Gonzalez last Wednesday, January 12th. Since then, there has been no acknowledgement of the concerns and demands of the 1,700 university community members who signed it. No acknowledgement that the university is working toward these points, and no acknowledgement that our students and workers deserve the basic need of safety met at this time. As such, we've come through with copies of our petition. U of L calls itself a community of care and an anti-racist institution. We're asking you, members of the board, to live up to these ideals. Thank you.
And I apologize, but through your mask, is it Nathan?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, Nathan. I certainly respect and appreciate you all showing up today and sharing with us our concerns. Some of what you've outlined is a bit inconsistent with what I have seen and heard in terms of the data, and I want to assure you that your concerns were noted and acknowledged and have been communicated to me. And we've communicated this to several other members of the board, and I think they're now all fully aware of your concerns. I think, I would hope you would respect that the administration doesn't take these concerns lightly and has been very diligent in looking at the science and consulting with other groups and consulting with other universities to make sure we're all making an informed and careful decision. And I am confident in the team and the work that they've done and the diligence that they've done, and continue to support, we continue to support the decision that's been made. So thank you, stay safe, and appreciate your coming forward and sharing with us.
Thank you for giving us some time. We were hoping to do this before the meeting started. I'm Andrea Alger, an associate professor in the English department, and we hope that everyone in the room hears us, over 1,700 people, and we would love to hear a response from the administration and to engage, because we're disappointed and we're scared. Thank you.
Understood. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna move forward with business that we have at hand as soon as we clear the room.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Any thoughts to share about the response that you didn't get?
Yeah, I think we're all fairly disappointed with the response. I think it's safe to say that, at least.
I'm with United Campus.
Yeah, we've all been, I mean, the demands that we put together on the petition were based on things that we've seen other universities take action with, right? Other universities across the country, even other universities within the region, you know, whether that's NKU delaying classes for a week, University of Cincinnati transferring to online for the first month, University of Kentucky, they, I believe, are offering flexibility to all instructors right now. That's my understanding, to be able to teach remotely if they feel that is better for their classroom. These are all universities, I should say, that are, I mean, University of Kentucky and Northern Kentucky University are also accredited by SACSOC, the same group that accredits the University of Louisville in general. So this is not outside of the realities of what our institution can do. The Kentucky legislature has moved to, provide additional NTI days to public schools. It seems to me that the political realities also indicate our university should be able to take action to allow for remote work and remote instruction across the board, provide that universal option.
Just like how the Board of Trustees has an online option. How is that possible?
You didn't get a chance to speak in there. Would you like to share your thoughts?
Hi, my name is Sunny. I'm a member of UCW as well, and I am a staff member in this. I actually work in the Dean's office with undergraduate affairs, and I was hoping to get the chance to at least read off a part of the statement. I think that it's really important to note that a large percentage of the positive cases that have been coming back have been staff, which is why we emphasize in our petition that everyone has the option to work remotely as long as their job allows it, and hazard pay, of course, for those whose jobs don't allow it, because it's important that we make sure that we have truly equitable responses across faculty, staff, and students.
Excellent. Thank you, Sunny. Appreciate it. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm a student at U of L, and I just want to say I'm a biology student specifically. And in my biology classes, we're literally packed in a room with 60 plus people. We're all wearing masks because there's zero room for social distancing. And it is easily a class that could be done online, but the professor explicitly told us that U of L not only prohibited him from doing that, from making his class online, but it actually threatened to discipline him and other people if they chose to do their class online. I'm someone who goes to class. Every single class I go to, I do not skip class unless it's like a family emergency. When I go to my biology class, I literally feel like I'm going to die. And so I'm forced into a position of, do I go to class and get COVID, or do I not go to class and, I don't know, fail?
Someone compared it to Russian roulette going to
Yes,
crowded
that is
situations.
a wonderful comparison. And to say U of L, health and safety.
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Health and safety! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Health and safety! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Health and safety! Let's go outside. We won't be ignored! Woo!
How to use a mag appropriately and effectively, because Shanti knows how to do it because she did it with us. But you gotta get people to get out there and really push it. You need a coat, man. I'm so worried about you.
See, I have to go, but
Okay.
Where was that professor? Is she still here? Where was that professor who just spoke at the very end? Is she still here? Is she still in there? I wanted to grab her for just a quick second. Who's the professor? Is that you? May I just grab you for a quick second? Tell me a little bit about what you would have liked to have said had you gotten the opportunity to speak a little bit more.
I would have someone was just mentioning, she said your data are inconsistent, or there's some kind of reference to that.
That's what the president said. I mean, what the chairman of the board said.
Talking about the dashboard is not specific enough. It's not precise enough. So there's I'm not really sure what she was referring to, and they've never responded to us. How can they ignore 1,700 people and more who are not comfortable putting their names? So it's just really frustrating, and we'll just keep on fighting, and hopefully, the spike will go down. But in the meantime, students are getting sick and people are getting sick, and it's really disruptive, and we just want some flexibility to be able to go online if we can, and for those who can't, to get some hazard pay for that.
Do you guys have any concerns for backlash from your taking a stance?
I personally don't feel concerned about that.
That's good.
I have tenure, but I know other people are nervous for sure. But this is a community of care, and there are banners that say "Speak Up." They should be celebrating that the community cares about everyone and is making their voices heard. They should be proud of us for trying to make a difference in our community and do what we need to do to keep each other safe. So
yep.
They should be celebrating this activism.
Thank you, Professor. Appreciate you. Have a good day. Okay, you guys, that was quite an outburst here at the University of Louisville. We haven't had a good protest for a while, so this was a loud group of voices, and there's your protest pup right there. Always got to have one of those.
For them to be all so smug and like their
Not wearing a mask either.
Oh, how about not wearing masks?
So disrespectful. So I wonder, since they're violating campus policy about masks, if they're going to be disciplined the way they're threatening to discipline faculty.
I would say no.
Probably not. Anybody else like to talk and talk about their experience? Either thoughts?
Actions to provide remote flexibility.
You have to shout.
Right, okay, like this. So my name is Zyla Dorch. I'm a freshman, and I'm a music education major. So the classes that I need for my major, the vocal classes, the choir classes, I can't take that stuff online. I'm on the line as much as I can. And I emailed the dean of students with an essay of an email citing statistics, talking about the 5 deaths that we've had in the last week just in Jefferson County. And what I got back was them telling me that if I wanted to be online, I should take online classes. Even though I clearly outlined in my email that I can't. That's not an option for me. So I just think that online should be an option for every person. Even if the whole university is online, I think that hybrid should be an option for everybody. And I've had my professors even say that they've been threatened with disciplinary action if they do go online. So I just think that that's dangerous, and I think that they're not listening. I think they should. So.
Yep.
Yes, faculty are being threatened. Last year, admin rammed through a policy called the Faculty Accountability Policy. They did so going against the bylaws of the university and the Red Book. So this was not done with faculty governance as it was supposed to have been done. And they're threatening to discipline people under it, although they will not say what discipline actually entails. They just say that they're going to punish people. So they've become very threatening, let's say. We have another speaker who wants to talk.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
My name's Corey Kager. I use they, them pronouns, and I work in the Student Success Center in Exploratory and Transition Advising. By the nature of our work, we deal with some of the highest risk student populations, people who have been historically underserved and marginalized. I can confirm from work on the ground, the university's policy is disproportionately affecting students who are multiply marginalized by gender, race, and class. I was advising a student 2 weeks ago into a business program. She's suffering from long-term cognitive effects of COVID-19. She is not going to be set up for success in her program in all likelihood. I'm working with her the best I can, but that's just one example of a student who's trying to reach success, but is being held back by the same institutional barriers that this university insists that they're lifting up. So keep fighting, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up today. Know that we do have staff on the back end who see what you're struggling with, and we stand with you.
Yeah, we should definitely note the fact that the health repercussions of a COVID infection are long-term, even for people who do not develop long-haul COVID, that a COVID infection causes a decrease in brain mass. So what is the university doing when they force their faculty and staff into a dangerous situation where they can become infected? Do we really want our teachers and our staff to lose brain mass? Like, this is supposed to be a site where we value learning and intellectualism. So I would say that that goes against the mission of our university. Would anybody else like to speak?
I just wanted to say publicly that in the Board of Trustees meeting just now, after Nathan spoke and gave our message, one of the responses we received was, "That is inconsistent with things that I have seen."
What have you seen? What students have you
I just
talked
want
to?
to know, I just want to know the answer to that question. Typically in academia, when you make claims like that, you're required to say what was inconsistent. So I asked them what was inconsistent.
Thank you so much. I also just want to build on that and say that we can now really note the university's non-response, right? Nothing happened. We followed all the steps, right? We escalated slowly and nothing happened, right? So please join the union, right? Help us take our next steps so that we can get together and fight this good fight.
That's right. This is probably the most students they've seen in their entire careers. I mean, really, like, seriously, when was the last time they actually talked to students?
All right, guys, gather around here. We'll take a final photograph. And if you all can come to our next meeting, which I imagine will be fairly soon,
Okay, you guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for joining us here at the Thinker by Auguste Rodin. An amazing spot to start the rally because this is a thinking kind of proposition. Not quite sure, as they said, what the chair of the board meant when she said it's inconsistent with what she has seen, but the data is very clear. The health department promotes it every day. Hospitals are begging people not to come in. Primary care physicians are overwhelmed. Immediate cares are being absolutely flooded. Testing sites are having trouble staying staffed because of, number one, the extreme cold, and secondly, staff who are volunteering and who are being paid to be there are getting COVID.
What do we want? Health and safety. What do we want? Now. We don't get shut down.
All right, good job, you guys. United Campus Workers speaking at U of L, and walked into the board meeting, and hopefully somebody will be heard. Y'all take care of yourselves, mask up, get vaccinated, sanitize your hands, get boosted, social distance, all that good stuff. Thanks.